Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Yes, Wednesday is Panda Day. And have a look. Yes, welcome if you've never met my panda before. This is Mr. Panda, or maybe it's a Lady Panda. I have no idea. Whichever way is good. And I hope you're ready for a spot of stitching with me today. Yes, every Wednesday, till Christmas. It's going to be our festive stitching here. And yes, so I'm stitching this piece. And it's called Christmas House. And there are three coming in the same theme here by the artist called Steve Crisp, I believe. Yes, I think it's Steve Crisp. Let me double check. I get names mixed up. But this piece is charted by Artecy. So it's a really lovely company here. And this is the only pattern I've got from them so far. And it's beautifully charted. So I'll definitely get more patterns from them. And so this piece is one of the three Christmas houses, Christmas house themed pieces, and this is number 2, so it's being named with the numbers. So this is Christmas house number 2. If you like it, just find it at Artecy. It's never too late to join us, because this piece I'm planning to stitch a little bit each year and adding more details here. So let me show you what the markup looks like. So you can see the panda, and I'm going to show you where the panda is on the pattern here. Can you find the panda? Yes, it's just on the left, on the first floor, or maybe second floor for some of you. And on the left there's a little panda sitting there. I think it's a toy panda. I don't know. Maybe it's a real panda. Maybe it's a house pet. I have no idea. And there's a lovely Christmas tree behind the panda as well. So it's gorgeous. It's everything you want for Christmas stitching. And so this piece has a lot going on. I like to draw your attention to the roof there. There's a Santa Claus, the usual suspect for Christmas pieces, and a whole bunch of reindeer here, and yeah, and a snowman on the right side as well. So this is kind of from I kind of interpret it as a dollhouse vantage point here. So it's you can look through big windows and see what's inside the house, and you can see the dad on the living room there, and maybe grandmom, I think it's grandmom, in the kitchen, preparing Christmas meal there, and kids are around, and we found a granddad as well on the first floor on the right there. You can't really tell with this chart. And also, really importantly, this is the large version. Okay, it comes in sort of regular version as well, but I think with a piece with so much detail, I think large is actually a much better option. So so let me show you also my view here. So this is where I am, okay, and little bit to go. So this might take 20 years, who knows. I'll do my best. And the numbers, okay, so currently I'm at around 1.6%. It's quite, I'm slightly surprised actually, because this is not a small piece, but by no means large, as in heaven and earth, sort of regular size. But even with the panda panel close to, well, I like to think close to finishing. Okay, it's doing really well, but I'm still at 1.6% there. And in terms of numbers, number of colors involved, 93. So it's not particularly large, but not small either. I've got pieces that are they've only got 45 colors. So this is slightly on the higher side. And now I'm going to create a sprint here right in front of you. Okay, no cheating. So starting from 0, and this counter is going to capture every single stitch I'm going to make this evening in the UK. And here we go. And at the end of every stream, we play Guess My Stitches. Okay, all you regulars know and have played with me, so come join me. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're watching replay, welcome too. You can't play Guess My Stitches, but you can watch us doing it. So come join us. And yes, till 25th this month, we're doing the Christmas stitching. And it's coming it's around the corner really, because I started this piece, let me think, in the beginning of November. So we're halfway there. But of course, before I do any stitching, I want to say hello to you. Thank you for joining me today. And let's look at the chat and see who I've got with me here in this beautiful Wednesday evening. And we have Sarah. Yes, Sarah is giving us quote of today. And today we're having, don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind and be led by the dreams in your heart. Roy T. Bennett. Amazing. I mean, every day is a golden nugget. And yes, absolutely, follow the dreams, follow the dream. It sounds almost like cliche sometimes, but everything once upon a time is a dream, is an inspiration. This channel was at one point a dream of mine to have, and here we are meeting here every night. Thank you, Sarah. And Rajal as well, model stitcher here. And Rajal says, happy Wednesday. Hello, everyone. Hello, Rajal. So good to have you. And also Clara as well says, hello, everyone. And we also have Colette and Chloe. And we also, Janine is joining us as well. So good to have you. And Serena as well. And Angelique as well. Welcome. Rachel is also here. And Anna also is here in the chat. So good to have you. Yes, happy Christmas stitching. And Bess is here in the chat as well. Says good morning, friends. Says good morning where Bess is in New Zealand. Says good morning, friends. Can't wait to see the panda again. Me too. And to be honest, I had not stitched this piece since the last session. So it's a direct sequel, okay? You have not missed anything. And our lovely Susan is also here with me as well. So good to have you. And Betty is also here. And Busy Mom as well. Hello, hello. And Alice and Rennie, so good to have you here. And Nikki's also here. Hello. Let's have a look. Jersey Girl is back with us. And Monique as well. And Summer Josephine is also here. And Callan is back with us. And Mary Solers as well. And welcome everyone. And particularly thank you if you're a member supporting the channel. But most of all, of course, is your attendance here, you know, in a daily class with Yogi every day. And so thank you for your support. And so here we go. So this piece I'm working on, if you haven't noticed already, the stitches are tiny, tiny, right? And the reason being that it's a 32 count. And this is my first 32 count piece. I was really nervous in the beginning, but you know, I was quite relieved that I'm able to see the stitches. They are tiny, okay? I would not lie to you, but you know, it's doable. It's doable. So, you know, one step at a time. If I went from, I don't know, 14 counts and directly come to 32, I'll probably go blind. But I kind of slowly work my way up. I was stitching 25 majority of the time, and then moved up to 28 this year. Okay, and I finally had courage, and so I thought, why not try 32 as well? I know there are smaller stitches. I know some of you probably stitch 36 or 40. I'm not there yet. Okay, I'm very happy here. And so today, Let me bring on my work view here. And let me know what you're stitching with me today. What is your Christmas piece of your choice? I know some of you probably have multiple ones, maybe building up from previous years. It's very common for stitchers to stitch a single piece across different years. So you have that continuation. And next year, when I bring this piece up, out of my whip, and I am going to remember everything, the memories I have this year. When I'm stitching this piece, maybe stitching with you in the chat we have together. So it's lovely. It's a continuation year after year. Hopefully, I will be able to complete this piece at some point. But this is, completion is not my goal. You know it by now. Slow stitching, I just want to enjoy it. So this year, if I'm able to finish this panel, it will be a completion for me. It will be a complete completion for me. So fingers crossed. So today my plan is to kind of pick different colors in no particular order. Ideally, I want to start to fill up the background colors as well. So a little bit of air stitching there. The colors are quite light at the back. So I'll dip into the background a little bit and then do some Christmas tree as well, and all the other surrounding colors. So there are different challenges with the Christmas tree. Is the confetti, as you can see, and with the background is the air stitching element, and so divide and conquer. That's normally my strategy there. So here we go. Ligda, yes, it's Ligda joining us as well. I'm practicing this name every day. And Lovejoy, not Lovejoy. Lovejoy is a TV drama in the UK. Love Drunk is here. Says good morning and good evening. Good evening, Yogi and chat. And let's have a look. Sorry, I missed two of you earlier on. Sorry about that. And Henny is here as well. And Susan is working on Woodland Santa. Yes, lovely piece there. And Karen Sutherland is joining us. Welcome. And Kimberly as well. Kimberly is working on Christmas House too as well. Yes, if you're working on this piece or any of the Christmas House pattern, give me a little wave. So I know how many people are working on this piece with me. It's a SAO after all. Yes, of course. Quite a few of you. We started together, haven't we? So here we go. Let me pick the colors here. I want something that I can, make a few stitches rather than ninja stitches. So I am going to pick something that's nice and strong in color, and has got more than a couple of stitches. So let me bring on my highlight box here. It will help me. Oh, I moved my box, haven't I? So let me move it back. So I had a box around my panda here just to help me to focus, because otherwise, let me bring on my big view here so you know what I'm doing here. Because otherwise, my tendency is maybe want to kind of wander off a bit too much. So I want to keep things relatively contained. There are some stitches flowing out already, but I want to keep it under control. So hopefully I'm able to finish this piece, and not this piece, this area by Christmas. I think it's doable. It's not too bad. I mean, with Saga, it does not give you the percentage within the box, but I think this is probably over 50%. Do you not think? So here we go, back to the work view here, and let's do some festive panda stitching. So who have I got? Busy Mom is working on it. and also of course Kimberly as well. And Chloe says, yes, not Kimberly, Chloe. Oh yeah, hang on. So Kimberly and Chloe, and who else is working on this piece? Busy Mom. And yes, Busy Mom's working on this piece as well. Alandria just joined us. Sorry, I'm getting warmed up. Even the way I'm reading the chat is all over the place, as usual. Very professional, very professional. So here we go. Let me just pick a color, and we can settle in and do some stitching to start with. So let me flip my color again. I want to pick one that's slightly darker. You know, I like to start with colors I can see. That's a good start. I found it. This is my first color of my choice. Here we go. So it's a kind of greenish brown. So I'm using CXC, and also I'm doing 10 stitches in case you haven't noticed. You can see the slashes there. But hopefully when everything's filled up, it looks very similar to, you know, it has the same coverage as the full cross. 37A7. 37A7. Today we can have Spooky Bingo. Yesterday, Spooky Bingo free because I was working on Gecko Rouge. 37A7. 37A7. I always miss looking forward to Spooky Bingo. 37A7. Here we go. And Michelle Fuller says, Stitching Milk and Cookies by Donna Gelsinger. Yes. That's a cozy piece to stitch. And Lizzie is here as well. Hello, hello. Busy Mom says, I'm at work right now, but later I'll be working on Christmas House too. And I'm working on the Santa. Oh, yes. If you're starting from upper left, you'll probably get to Santa at some point. Much sooner. For me to get to Santa, it's going to take a while. A few years, I think. But I'm patient. I'm patient. Here we go. Right, so I am going to start. Oh, there are quite a few around the tree as well, this color. But I'm going to start from the left. It's a little bit more straightforward here. Okay. Let me find my spot. It's really important. If you start on the wrong spot, it's all wrong from there. And we don't want to get visits by Mr. F and also Mrs. F as well. Or maybe it's a Ms. I don't want to jump to a conclusion. So, yep, I think I found my spot here. So I'm practicing the pin start. It's a little bit tricky because, you know, stitches are quite small. So I want to find the middle of my fabric. So previously I was doing boomerang start and finish, but some stitches turn out a little bit bulkier, kind of not very tidy. So I'm learning this from Nikki, and I'm practicing the pin stitch start. It's okay. If I put my finger under the fabric when I do the pin, it's a little bit easier. Have I got it correct? I just have this feeling that I've started incorrectly. I think I'm okay. Oh no, I may have started in the incorrect spot. This is slightly tricky. to spot my starting position. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm on the wrong block altogether. But let me have a look. This is a really good start, isn't it? Let me see if I can find my way back. It's here. It's here. I'm a block away. So I'll probably just fudge, okay? Oh dear, I was talking about fudge just now. And here we go. We're in the fudge land. It is tricky to spot. I don't think it's matching. I think that's why. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 toward the bottom there. I think yes, I think I know what it is, because my app is not matching. Or maybe it is. Okay, I found it. I think. Improvisation. Fudge all the way. Fudge all the way. Not jingle all the way, fudge all the way. I think I've got it. Yeah, and that previous stitch was okay. It is supposed to be there, I think. Why does it look like that? I am so confused. Okay. 3. Okay, let me concentrate for a little bit, okay? I want to get it right to start with. Not on the wrong foot. 1, 2. The stitches are smaller, but also it's tint. So I find it a little bit more challenging to read what's going on in the fabric. 2. I think I'm good now. Whew. Here we go. Really hairy start. And let me cut off this bit. Yes, I think I found my spot. Oh, Mandy Moran is here. Hello, good to see you. And Lean Burgess as well, good to see you. And Alandria as well says evening all, bit late because I needed a shower. No one like a stinky stitcher. It's okay, I'm sure. Alandria always smells very good. One over here. So I'm going sort of, cross country, a longer distance as well, and not so much doing color completion, but I probably will at some point, because the area is being filled up. So it probably makes sense to just go around and find the stitches of a certain color and just fill them up. All right, where am I? Those 2 are done. Yes, I think there's some weird thing going on here on my pattern. That one is done. There should be a pink stitch here. Here. Got it. I'm just reading the block incorrectly. I'm not on even the right block. So that's why the stitches just don't look right. Alandria says, on the library again, I'm afraid, getting closer to the elusive 2.5%. And Anna says, I'm working on a new stamp a new stamp one called Merry Christmas, 14 counts. That sounds very Christmassy. Let me guess. It's a Christmas piece. Angelique says, I'm currently working on my Nightingale piece and testing a new light, as this piece will be traveling with me by plane to New York for our vacation in 2 weeks. Oh, so it's a portable light, I'm guessing. That's very nice. So it's going to be almost Christmas, right? 2 weeks, probably not Christmas just yet, but very close. I can't believe we're less than 1 month into Christmas. So with this piece, we do so the Christmas stitching every Wednesday. Other than the final week on the week of 25th, Christmas Day is actually on a Thursday. So I think the plan is to do a Christmas Day streaming, stitch together, and instead of doing on Wednesday as well. So Wednesday we can just do any project of your choice and reserve the Christmas stitching to Thursday. I think that should work well. All right, I've done this part, and I am going up very carefully to the second spot. So in terms of the physical size, it's not huge on my fabric, but if you count the blocks, there are quite a few blocks. So imagine if this piece, I'm working on 14 counts, this will be quite a large area. So the physical size is slightly deceiving. There are a lot of stitches involved. And Monique says, I live in New York. Have fun on your vacation. Yes, referring to Angelique's vacation plan. Very nice. Christmas in New York. There are many movies, Christmas movies based in New York, isn't it? There's something about it. It's very cold and snowy in the winter. And I love the buildings in New York as well. I've been once only, but I just love the style of buildings there, the older ones, you know. Clara says, I found out last night that the 1 and 2 label CXC doesn't contain color 3773. DMC makes it, but for some reason Chinese factories do not make that color. What color is it? 3773. 3773. Yes, I think you're quite right. I've got 3772 and it jumps over to 3774. So I think, is it a shade of brown? I'm just guessing. 2. And also the fabric, I forgot to mention, it's actually got a shade of green as well. It's called sage green. And I thought it was quite appropriate for a Christmas piece, but also provides a function that hopefully when I start to stitch kind of snowy area that's got a lot of white and grey, the fabric is going to provide a little bit more contrast for the white. But it's not very dark, so I don't know how much of the contrast it's going to provide. But I don't think there's going to be a snow stitching this year. I'll save that for next year. Okay, it's going a little bit better now. Now I found my spot. Clara says it's like beige, peachy color. Okay, because 3772 is kind of a brown with slightly. Let me show you here. My really messy organizer here. Okay, 3772 and then 3773. Okay, so 3774 is quite light, and there's a color in between, 3773. So I wonder how they select what color to include and what colors not to. That one looks a little bit weird. And my needle size is 28 with single strand. Henny says 3773 is equal to 407. 407, let me have a look. 407, okay. But 407, at least with my batch of CXC, looks quite dark though. Can you see it? For 407, it looks quite brown rather than beige. So I don't know whether it's interchangeable. This is quite relaxing. And yesterday, I'm trying to remember what I was working on yesterday. Oh, of course, Gecko Rouge. So yesterday I was working on 28 counts. And today 32. And tomorrow 40. How's that? To make it so small. And eventually you just don't see the stitches anymore. Invisible stitching. That's what's going to happen. The ultimate sort of stitching for stitches, invisible stitches. You can no longer see it. Okay, so I am going to do a discrete pin here as well. So I'm coming up from the bottom right. So technically, I'm doing a quarter stitch toward the center to high. So it looks almost like a cross, but it doesn't matter because once I stitch the surrounding area, you cannot tell the difference. And it's a slightly lighter way of starting and ending because some of my stitches here with boomerang, they look slightly bulkier. So 3 7 8 7 3 7 8 7. Hang on a second. Bring on my, yes, I should have brought on my needle board. For some reason I did not, because all my single stitches projects I use my needle board. Let me set that up. My needle board for CXC. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. How strange. All right then. Now I've got it set up. Yes, because I have this piece left over and I just turn around to my right trying to dock my needle. It's kind of a autopilot for the body, you know, the body memory, muscle memory. And I realized my needle ball is not there. How strange. 3 7 8 7. Okay, I've got one there already. 3 7 8 7. And I'm using CXC because it provides a little bit better coverage than DMC. Lynn says, for some reason, DMC are not doing that color 3773. Yeah, I wonder how they make that type of decisions, you know, to create, well, I understand creating new colors, but removing old ones. I wonder how they kind of work that out. Alandria says, my 3773 is a dark flesh tone. It's DMC, but I would call it brown, tan. Yes, it's more tan or light brown rather than beige. Beige for me is more like this. It's kind of light. Beige for me is something like this. A lot more white. But then again, you know. Maduhi, hello. She says, sorry, late, not feeling well, was taking a nap. I hope you feel better. I bet you're feeling better already now. You're in the chat with us, doing a little bit of a festive stitching. Are you, Maduhi? I'm asking Maduhi deliberately because I know she's a monogamous stitcher, meaning that no Christmas stitching. Hey, Grace Houston, welcome. Grace says, hi, Yogi and everyone. Right, so I am going to pick my next color here. Let's have a look. Now we've warmed up a little bit and also got lost a little bit as well. Why don't I start with working on a little bit of the bottom here? Yes, last time, I remember now, we're talking about Christmas tree skirt. I learn something new every time. I have seen people placing kind of a blanket at the base. I didn't know it had a name. So here we go. And I'm going to fill in some of the stitches over here. It's going to be good fun. Let's have a look. So this Christmas tree has a It's a tutu. 741, 741. All right, need a new strand. And today I have a new snack. It's not a new snack for me. It's the first time I'm showing you. It's a snack I have quite frequently. Oh, 741, I actually do not have it. Here, I suspect I probably realized that last time. Let me see if I've got it on my spare CXC here. So I have them in numbers. 741. I'll probably need to do a little bit of flossing up with 741. I've got 744. I probably looked last time as well. All right, in that case, what I'm going to do is to find the actual floss by my stash. 741. I need to find the right bag to start with. So I do not pitch up my my projects. I just add as I go. 741. All right then, let's do a little bit of this. We haven't done this during the stream for a while, so why not? Let me just zoom out a little bit here and remove this. And I'm going to move my fabric away a little bit. So 741, it's an orange. So I've got this back here. So normally I just group them based on numbers, but from 700 to 1000, they're quite a lot. So this contains 2 sets. So I've got 2 sets of single label CXC. So this one is an orange. So normally what I do, it looks messy, but I just go in and start to spot orange colors. And this one's quite light as well. Could it be this one? 7. This is 740, so I'm pretty close. 740. I want 741. It could be this one. No. 970. It should be something slightly lighter orange. But the swatch is not always correct. 740, I've got 2, you see? 72, 740 there. Let me see. I think it's slightly lighter. Maybe this one. It's 972. So it's along this shade, but lighter, I think. 970. Maybe that one. Yes, there you go. 741 there. So this is 740 and 741. Got it. Because sometimes during the stream, I just kind of skip the colors I don't have. You're always missing on the set there. So here we go. Let me bring the panda back. So with this one, hopefully I'll be able to unravel it without incidents, because single label is a little bit of a pain to get the thread out. With DMC, you can just pull the thread from the bottom and just pull out the amount you need. But with single label CXC, you can't do that. You literally have to unwrap the whole thing. So sometimes things could get a little bit messy, but hopefully it's not too bad today. So I'll look at the chat as I do this. It has to be done. It has to be done. Normally I just kind of just try to loosen everything and line them up as much as I can and start to unravel it like this. And I do it the whole scan at a time. That's why my master set is so bulky, because I do load a lot on the organizer. But without doing it, I need 2 separate locations to store the thread. It's a little bit of a hassle. So I just load a whole lot. Sarah says, we have a really little tree, just 3 feet. 3 feet is not small, but we'll probably buy a new tree next year, maybe even smaller. 3 feet is not small though. We're going to have our fake Christmas tree. We have fake ones, and it's tiny. It's not tiny. It's not quite desktop size, but I don't know the height, but it's kind of small. I don't think it's even medium, but it's kind of just a fun for us, because we're going to my partner's parents. They've got bigger tree. Lizzie says, I hope this is not just 1 stitch. I know. Yes, but this one, not too bad. I've got a few here. I know. It could be just 1 stitch, but it still has to be done. So I don't think it's going too badly, because sometimes things get tangled as I'm doing this. But this time isn't too bad. It's flossing up, as Joyce calls it, live here on Yogi Stream. But this is a real part of stitching, right? You know, it's something that we have to do. It depends on the type of thread. With DMC, it's very easy. DMC, I just pull a little bit from the bottom, and it's done in 2 minutes. But with CXC, particularly if you have a single label, this is what you have to do. It's almost like knitting. Knitting you have to do. You have to unravel your yarn sometimes. It's like a puzzle you're trying to solve because they get tangled. And it's not too bad. This one shouldn't take too long to do. This is stitching reality TV, you know. Alandria says, am I the only one who's got flickering green screen for a second or two? I wonder. Everything looks fine on my end, so if in doubt, just reload the stream. Sometimes, fix all sorts of things. All right then, let me have a look. I'm not too far to go. Let me just show you. I've got this little bit left. Yes, it'll be so funny. It's just 1 stitch, 5 minutes to get the floss ready, and 2 seconds to stitch. Sarah says, I saw it too. I didn't see it, so I don't know what's going on there. All right then, let me have a look. Now I'm going to cut it in the length I want, which is normally from the tip of my middle finger up to my elbow-ish. So something like that. So let me just pull the strands there. Sarah says, our old tree was 7 feet, so 3 feet is small. Yes, it's all relative, isn't it? Yes, 3 feet for me is not small at all as a tree. And normally, with our tree, we only put on the lights, the fairy lights. We don't really, and maybe occasionally 1 or 2 ornaments. So it's kind of slightly lonely looking tree, but we just enjoy the lights rather than the decoration. So now I'm gonna cut my thread into the size I want. I think every stitcher is probably doing it differently. This is how I do it. All right, 741. I'm gonna pop it on my master set. I always feel quite excited when I add a new color because it means there are more colors on my master set. So I have one set for each type of thread. Here we go. Let me do that one stitch, okay? Ninja stitch. Oh, Janine says mine turned black for a couple of seconds. Maybe it's not my end because maybe it's YouTube. As long as it's normal now, if there are more glitches, then let me know. Here we go, finally. My new color on my set. Clara says, I found my one label not like yours, Yogi. Without removing the one label, mine has the tail showing and put on it and it unwinds like two label scans. No, if I pull mine, literally everything just get crunched up. I tried it. It didn't turn out very well. I don't know, maybe different factories, they do it differently. It's a curious thing. Why would you create a scan that you cannot pull a thread out? I'll never know. But now the two label ones apparently works the same as DMC. So here we go. Let me try to do a pin here. So when I do a pin, when I need sort of position, I use my right hand instead because I'm right-handed, and my left fingertips are middle finger is under the fabric I'm about to do the pin, and it kind of helps. I find it helps a lot. It stabilizes the fabric. Otherwise, you know, when the stitches are so small, the needle could slide to the left and right and all over the place. So here we go. I've got this one here. Finally we have 741. Ah, so all of your screen went black. It's weird because I didn't touch my camera at all. Alison says, I can also pull from one label scan, just need to make sure you choose the correct tail. So with DMC, you pull the bottom part, and with CXC, do you do the same? Because I tried it. It didn't work out very well. So as long as your screen is okay now, then all is good. I did not see the black screen though. Janine says, I've got a huge knot on the back of my fabric that I can't get out. No one will see the back. Yes. Within reason, I think. Sometimes I just get annoyed that it's there because I know it's there. And that's why I care about kind of floating threads, because technically no one is going to see the back, particularly if you frame it, you know, you cover up all the the evidence if there's any mess. But maybe at one point we can do a party, backside party. Sounds a little bit rude. You know, maybe I can show you the backs of all my whips, because different stitching method is, you know, creates different patterns at the back as well. Very nice. Oh, that looks nice. Look, now it's all filled up. You can't really tell that it's 10 stitches, can you? I can't really tell. Let me see. Let me go up. I think there's one stitch here, or is there? Yes. And there are two here. So, with this project, I'm slightly more generous in terms of the distance I travel at the back, because normally I wouldn't take my thread over 3 stitches, to be honest. I'd rather stop and or do a yogi move, right, to bring the threads away and back. But with 32 counts, because technically there are a few more stitches than I normally take my thread across, but physically it's such a small distance at the back, so I am slightly less strict about my own rules. That looks really pretty. Look at that. Janine says, my backs are a nightmare. Anyone with back OCD would have a panic attack. You know, the worst one I've seen, I'm sorry to mention the channel name, it's one of my favorite floss tube channels, actually. It's called Cross Stitch Smiles. It's a couple in the UK, and they haven't created content for a little bit. I think the girl is the lady is pregnant, so she's probably very really busy with the baby at this point. But I have seen one piece. She's a big fan of Gecko Rouge, so she's got like tons and tons of Gecko Rouge kits. And there's one piece. It's a view of London. I think it's Piccadilly or something like that, with London buses and stuff. Really pretty piece from Gecko Rouge. And she showed her back. I think what she did was, if I remember correctly, she started with full cross, and then decided to swap to 10 stitches, and which is fine. But she also goes quite long distance cross country, and she just so happened that she doesn't really mind about sort of taking sort of floating threads. So when she showed her back of that piece, I nearly had a heart attack. Literally, you at the back, they're floating thread about this long, crossing over everywhere at the back. I don't think it's a large piece. It's not that huge at all. Probably slightly smaller than this one. And the length of her threads at the back literally is like this everywhere. To the point that she ran out of certain colors that came with her Gecko Rouge kit. And if you have got Gecko Rouge kits at all, they give you tons of floss. They give you very generous amount of threads. So, you know, but she was cross country so hard that she ran out of some colors. But for me, that bag was enough to induce anxiety for me. Landria says, I think I've got spooky bingo. 741, yes. Okay, then the first spooky bingo today goes to Landria. Yes, finally. We've been having 0 spooky bingo for the last couple of days. So flash your bingo card, guys, for Landria, the first one of this session. Hey, Darby Johnson, welcome. She says, hello everyone listening from work today. Yes, Darby is part of a work club, sounds like. Yes, bingo card, festival, Landria. Finally. Here we go. Two more in this area. Yes, it's quite weird, isn't it? Because this area, it looks very well covered. It's just the blacks. Because even the white is fine. It's just a 310. 310, you can see the stitches. Or you can see the fabric rather. Lovely. Karen Zazelin says, I have work off today, so enjoying being able to watch longer. Oh, amazing. The great thing is, if you have a day off from work for whatever reason, and knowing everyone else is stuck in the office doing what they have to do, and you're here, you know, snuggled up, and have a spot of stitching with Yogi. It's the best. It's the best. $741 going on my needleboard. 741. Very nice. Right, next one. I want to fill in all these little ninja stitches. So at least I've got this area kind of completed. I like the idea of that. So this one is, the next color is 3328. 3328. This one I haven't got. Let me have a look. 3328. Oh, good. I do have it on my master set. 3328. And with this color, I can see a yogi move coming up. I'll probably need to perform an intricate yogi move in order to take my thread from location 1 to location 2. Here we go. So there are 2 stitches here, but the third stitch is actually a block away over there. So technically, you could take the thread from the second stitch to the third straight there. But what I'm going to do is to bring the thread out, do a yogi move, and then back in. I know. Karen says, my 12-year-old grandson has his grade 6 graduation this afternoon. Oh, right. I hope you had a good time. Congratulations. You must be so proud. I am going to do a pin start. And the pin can be very, very subtle. All you have to do is just catch at least one thread and you can anchor the thread in place, and that's it. It's invisible. Here we go. And I'm going to do a yogi move. So I do need to cross, bring the thread across about 3-4 stitches. Okay, fair enough. But what I'm going to do is do another pin from the bottom up. So normally I'll try to find surrounding stitches and tuck the pin under a stitch. But as you can see, in this situation, I do not have threads so I could do that. So I'm literally just going to do a regular pin there. And now the thread is going outside of the stitch area and I'm going to bring it back over here. Let me see. Lizzie says, could you full cross the blacks and do all the other colors in 10? Well, nothing's stopping you from doing that. If you're happy with that option, you can always do it. I think some have suggested doing another tent on top of the tent I've got already. That could be an option too. I'll see how I felt later on. If I'm kind of bothered by this, then I'll probably do another tent over it. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but oh, that one is done. Is there another one? So there is another one done as well. 1, 2, 3. All right then. And this one. Just one. Oh dear, there's just tiny little ninja stitch there that I missed. I'll come back to it. That one is done. One, two, three. There's just one single stitch there. Susan says, I'm having trouble back stitching Santa's nose. Well, is it a large nose? Do you need multiple stitches for a nose? Ooh, that one looks slightly iffy. But let me do it again. It looks like I may have, okay, I know what's happening. I went down the wrong corner. Let me try again. There you go, that's a bit better. There. And there are a few more stitches of this color here. So I'm going to take it to a second location. That looks nice. I think there are a couple of stitches here. If you didn't tell me, I probably wouldn't even know they're not stitched yet, but there are a few more, about 5, 6 stitches around this area. Here we go. Let's see, those 2. Trying to see where I should go next. Here. One, two, three. It does become very snuggly. It's no wonder I'm kind of thinking in my head, because in the very beginning, if you've been following the new start, this one, Yeah, I was tempting to do full cross with this, not with CXC, with DMC, and it was a struggle. Because even with 10 stitches, when you're stitching kind of cornered, sort of boxed in stitches, it's very snuggly, even with 10. Right. Okay. And I'm going to end it. And I think there are a few more stitches on the upper lip there. Yes. Here we go. Lovely. Hello, Panda. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. And what are you drinking, guys, today? I'm having my coffee, and also I've got my snacks waiting for me. I'm looking forward to it. Clara says, I finished page 1 on Christmas House too. Page 1. And I stitched a tad bit on page 2. I'm just about to reach 2%. So Clara, are you going from upper left? So if you're going from upper left, let me have a look. So if you go from upper left, yeah, you're in the Santa Claus zone. If you're stitching in order, it would be somewhere here, wouldn't it? Amazing. Clara says, page 2 will have sky and a chimney. That's quite a brave way to start, though, with this piece, because if you start from upper left, yes, you get to Santa at some point, but it's going to take a while before you get to the house, you know, interior of the house. Hey, Tammy. Tammy says hi. If you're new, welcome. Hello. Right, I am going to take this same color, 3328, to the upper left. There are a few more there. So I'm trying to do a color complete if I can. If it makes sense, I'll try to finish off one color at a time in no particular order. So I'm not particularly following the number of stitches. I'm not doing min to max. And I'm not following the DMC number either. I just pick and choose what I like. So I'm going to do a start here. See, it can be slidey still, but I've got my left finger, middle finger at the bottom. Does help. Oh, this one looks rough. No, let me try again. That doesn't look right. Let's try again. Pin. Here we go. Clara is having some hot tea and a piece of milk chocolate. Oh, maybe. Just another 10 minutes. We'll have chocolate time, snacky time. And Sarah says, I'm drinking a cup of coffee, and just had a slice of homemade bread, butter, and honey. I think Sarah's job is not just daily quote. She is, trying to seduce people with homemade bakery items. Sarah bakes, and every day. Yesterday, I'm trying to recall. Sarah was having homemade fudge, and today, dear, it's a feast. Bread and butter and honey. So does that mean you put you butter your bread, homemade bread? Okay, this is the key. Homemade bread spread with butter and honey on top of it. I never put honey on my toast before. But then again, I'm not supposed to have honey. I'm vegan. But I do have a pot of Manuka honey. I use it for medicinal purpose. If I'm having a sort of sore throat, it's very effective. So I am breaking my vegan rule from time to time if I'm desperate. Because if I lose my voice, I can't teach. So this is nice. Monique says, if you want to join LaSalle in Haid, how would you know what count to use and how much thread you will need? Okay, guys, maybe the chat can help. So I think the fabric count is up to you, isn't it? But in terms of the calculation of the threads, there are calculators out there, aren't they? You can, and also Heaven and Nurse, they normally give you some sort of, on their PDF, they give you a sort of rough estimate of the amount of threads you need. But that is based on 25 counts most of the time, if I remember correctly. But there are calculators out there you can do. Callan's drinking water and Twizzlers. So Twizzlers, are they a little bit like pretzels, but in a stick form? I haven't had those for ages and ages. And Heather House is here. Hello, friends. I'm late to the party. Yes, full report is required. Okay, but it's good that you're here. Rochelle is also here, says, hello, stitchy friends. Hope you're all well and relaxing. Yes, it's so relaxing. Christmas stitching is the best. And Christmas stitching with all the stitchers is even better. Trying to figure out this stitch may not be correct. bring it down here. So that's the first one. Second block. I need to find a block first before I even count the stitches, because I get the block incorrectly. Okay, got it. And that one over here. I think that's correct. Oh, Betty loves a little bit of Twizzler as well. And Rashad says, the panda looks so cute, isn't it? And also, it's just so nice. There's a big tree behind as well. And it kind of just, you know, accentuate the panda even more. I know, I'm very happy with the progress. Monique says you have to buy the chart first, then you know. So I think, who was that? Yes, Monique, you need to have the chart so you know the specs. I don't know. I think they give you the thread cards, but I don't know whether this they you know, they probably give you the numbers first so you can do preparations. But I don't know whether they give you the estimate of the quantity as well. They normally give you the stitch counts, and then you can convert that based on your fabric counts. And it gives you some sort of estimation. But yeah, I don't know if you need a full chart first. You just need that bit of the chart. Lizzie says, I'll be drinking chocolate milkshake with snack when the live is over. It'll be quite late at night, wouldn't it? And Clara says, what did you call it you take for your throat, Yogi? Manuka honey. I think it's Australian. It's unique from certain. It's Manuka, I think, is flower, if I'm correctly, a type of flower, and is a very particular, special kind of honey. Very often it's being used as medicine, but you do need, there are different grades. The higher it goes, the more potent it is, but it's quite pricey. So I have a little pot there, and honey doesn't go off, so it lasts for ages. And I just take a couple of spoons out without diluting with water. You just pull it straight in your mouth and allow it, the honey to melt and go through your throat. And 9 times out of 10, you know, it fixes my throat problems. Sometimes in the very beginning of a cold or something, you know, slightly dodgy, you get tickly throats, maybe you start to cough a little bit. That's the best time to use the honey, because once it starts to get really bad, it's a little bit less effective. So there are 2 things I have always. One is a pot of Manuka honey, and also Nurofen. So Nurofen for me, I don't use it as a painkiller. I use it when I feel slightly fluey, and maybe just working for me. I don't know what it is in Nurofen or paracetamol sometimes. It kind of just fixes it. So I have Nurofen, and I rarely take any kind of medication. You literally have to hold me at gunpoint to do it. But for my throat, you know, if it feels slightly strange, kind of start to get tickly or maybe a little bit sore, I always make sure that I have either the honey or take 2 tablets of paracetamol or Nurofen, and normally goes away. normally goes away. Because day to day, I'm actually in contact with quite a lot of people. I suppose if you go and work in a large company, you know, a large office, you probably come across a lot of people as well. But in a very close proximity, depends on the number of classes I teach. I could be in contact very closely with about 100 people a day. You know, if I teach 3, sometimes maybe a little bit more if I cover. That's quite a lot of people. So, you know, people might look healthy when they come in, but sometimes people carry things, but they're not showing symptoms. So, you know, on the surface, they're healthy people, but they're all sort of viruses. You know, so a lot of times, if I teach a few days in a row with higher number of classes, my throat starts to feel a little bit funny. But oh, Karen says found tree-shaped Twizzler. Do they not taste very similar to pretzel? But oh, I see. Some of them have, if I remember correctly, I haven't had them for ages. Some of them have Marmite taste, Marmite flavor. Are they the ones you're talking about? Karen says Manuka honey. Yes, Manuka honey. You're welcome, Monique. Oh, Twizzler. Licorice. Oh, so it's a totally different thing I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about this sort of tree shape, sort of crunchy snacks. And some of them come in Marmite taste. No, I'm thinking about something totally different then. Licorice is kind of chewy sweet, isn't it? Or is it something different? All right, so this one, there's one more stitch here. Or maybe it's Twiggler. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about something totally different. I have no idea what red vine is. Alandria says 377 stitches today. Very nice. Oh, yes. Alandria says Marmite flavor ones are Twiglets. I was thinking it totally. Then I have no idea what Twizzler is. So if it's licorice, I'm imagining it's probably a little bit like I don't know, chewy sweets or something like that. One, two, three. There's one more. There. So the background is going to be slightly tricky to stitch because there are quite a lot of color changes, but the colors are not as, they're quite pale. So sometimes it makes it harder to spot the stitches. And my fabric also has some color as well. Here. Lovely. I think this is all the stitches of this color done within this box. That looks good. Excellent. And I'm gonna just quickly give it a pin finish. All right then, why don't we have a little break here? Some chocolate break, why not? 3328. I know Sarah is already snacking. 3328. And today I've got my my usual giant buttons. This is a new bag. I haven't opened it, but I also have my, hang on, let me show you. My savory snacks. I've got some toasted nuts. So I made these myself. I didn't grow the nuts, okay? I have some unroasted nuts, and I just kind of lightly toast them on the frying pan with some olive oil and some sea salt. It's delicious, so simple. And just toasting the nuts make them so crunchy as well. So I've got almonds, I've got walnuts, and my favorite cashew. I love cashews here. So this is my savory snacks today. And I have these very often. I don't always get so organized making them, but I'll have nuts between classes. Just power snacks. And gives you a lot of energy really quickly. And it's so delicious. Can you hear the crunch? Can you hear that? Oh, so everybody loves licorice. I think I tried it once or twice. It's too much. The licorice taste, I don't mind it, but it's that whole, maybe it's too sugary. And I don't do well with too much sugar. So, try this. It's so good. And it's really, really Christmassy as well, isn't it? Mixed nuts. So, and sometimes I put a little bit of spices like paprika, or if I'm really organized, I grind Indian spices and then just add it to the oil and toast my nuts up. It's really nice. But this is just sea salt. And let me know what you're snacking. Rochelle says, I'm having nuts too. Mine are raw though. Hazelnut, pistachio, and macadamias. Yes, those are my squirrels. My little squirrel friends' favorites as well. Macadamia nuts in particular, and almonds as well. Yeah, I like them raw as well, Rochelle, but sometimes I like them toasted because they're super crunchy. Super crunchy. Nuts are really good for you. And my coffee as well. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. Great. Grace says your squirrels will love them. Exactly. I'm on the same diet as my squirrels. Even though my squirrels do not like my cucumber. It's really good energy food as well. If I'm feeling slightly peckish, just a few nuts. Let me sort it. Michelle says, I'll try roasting them tomorrow. Will be a nice change. A pace. Yes, you can try them. It's really easy. Just frying pan, a little bit of oil, not too much. Olive oil. You can use any oil you like. And just, but low heat. Keep the heat quite low because you don't want to overcook. So we're not cooking the nuts. We're just toasting it. Toast the nuts so they become crunchy and golden brown as well. So give it a go. It's really good. And some sea salt. Betty says, I love green apples. Yes, I think I prefer green ones to red ones. Red ones are sometimes too sweet, and green ones are, there's a little bit of sourness, which I like. Oh, these are so good. Let me have a couple more. All right. So which color should I go for next? I think I might, let me have a look. I am going to pick this one then. All right, it's a brown. Sip of water there. So the next color is 3A, 5A, 3A, 5A. Got one threaded. Hey, Betty Hankins is here. Hello, hello. Callan says, haven't tried green apple. I don't think. I don't like the mixed berry though. So, Callan, you never had Granny Smith's. That's my favorite. Green apple. And I love berries. Callan. Who doesn't love berries? Everybody loves berries. Right. From here, let me find the spot. I think it's here. I got it. Let me see if I can do it properly. Oh, I see. So Callan's referring to the licorice flavors. Right. So licorice and apple. I don't know. Do they go together? Interesting combination. So I'm going to stitch all the way down to here. Very simple. Captain Squirrel is here. Captain Squirrel, do you like nuts? You're a squirrel. I bet you love nuts. And Colleen has joined us as well. Hello, hello. Great to have you. I know, speaking of squirrels, Captain Squirrel, the captain of all squirrels, appeared. Oh, Captain likes cashews and almonds, definitely. My squirrels, and I love both of them as well, but my squirrels love them. Yes, almonds is probably the favorite, and cashews. Apparently, you're not supposed to give squirrels too much cashew, so I give them just for fun, just a few at a time, and from time to time, and but they really love macadamia nuts. They just go crazy with macadamia. Because I did a little bit of Google, and apparently cashew a little bit is fine, but it can be toxic for squirrels. And also, what was the other one? There's one more nut that can be a little bit toxic as well. Can't remember the name now. All right, so I am going to end this stitch here and move to a different location, a few more stitches of this color. I'll try to see if I can do a color complete with these colors. I'm not too sure. See how it goes. And Amelia is here as well. Hello, thank you for saying hi. Janine says, hubby came home and I got distracted talking about work, but I am working overnight tonight, so gonna eat quick dinner and take a shower and to take a nap. See you all later. See you later, Janine, and enjoy your work, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Have fun. Colleen says, I'm eating everything cashews and almonds right now with eggnog latte. That's a nice combination. I'm having them with my coffee. Nuts are great, aren't they? Let me mark these stitches and move down. There are 2 more here. Switch hand, it's more steady. Oops. Let me try again. That one looks like a full pin, full 10 stitch. But I am going to stitch over again. And 1 more here. Captain Squirrel says, I have smoked almonds in the kitchen. Wow. Right. Few more down here. Let me see if I can find them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And hopefully, if I get to finish this area before Christmas Day, I might move to other areas, surrounding areas. Feeling ambitious. Okay. 2 more. That's quite far away, isn't it? Never mind. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. That's interesting. Okay, I actually found a few stitches. They're already done, but not marked on my chart. That's why I was a little bit confused for a little bit. A few stitches here. Clara says, I love almonds and pepitas. What is pepitas? Or pumpkin seeds. I like seeds as well, but I rarely have seeds just as they are, you know. Nuts, I'll just snack on nuts. But with seeds, I tend to sprinkle them on my salad or maybe other things. Yes. seeds are lovely as well. So how do you make eggnogs? It sounds a little bit like custard. Do you have to add eggs? Is it milk-based eggnogs? I actually had it once. I went to an American household for Christmas a few years back, so I have tried it. It's very boozy, but I think you need to cook it, right? A little bit like custard. You have to cook and whisk with eggs, I'm guessing. And is it made with whiskey or brandy, or doesn't matter? As long as it's got alcohol, as long as it's booze. Callan says eggnog is milk and egg based, but you can get vegan eggnog. Yes. So it sounds a little bit like really sort of runny custard. That's what's going on in my head. It's quite thick, isn't it? Quite creamy. Okay, so I'll see if I can find these stitches on the tree. It's a little bit tricky, but I'll see if I can find the spot. So it's next to a blue stitch. It's quite tricky with Christmas tree because it's so confetti. I think it's here. Oh, I got it. Yes, I think I do. It's like a puzzle. And I'm going to take it over here. And one more here. 2 stitches down. Karen says you can put whatever alcohol you want with it. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't put alcohol with mine. So, so you can have alcohol-free version as well. I just remember drinking it. It was really, really boozy. Maybe it's just that particular recipe. Colleen says milk, cream, sugar, and eggs. Yeah, it sounds like custard. Right, so eggnog latte is from Starbucks, and you steam eggnog instead of milk. So is it mixed mixed with latte? I can't imagine the taste having that in coffee. Sort of eggy taste with coffee. There's 2. And over here. This is like treasure hunt. Okay, this one's tricky. Got some brown stitches, 1 black. Where are you? Here. This one's tricky actually. Oh, I got it. This is impossible to find. Yes, I think I got it. Grace Houseland says, I would recommend Southern Comfort eggnog. I buy the grocery store in a grocery store here in the States. It's non-alcoholic, but you can add it if you want. What is Southern Comfort anyway? Is it whiskey based? I have no idea. There's so many questions. I have heard of a Southern Comfort. It's like a cocktail, isn't it? Or is it? Sarah says, I like the non-alcoholic eggnog. I'm not a drinker. Captain Squirrel says, I'm not a drinker either unless I'm on an island and it's pina colada. Yes, tropical island. Got to have it. Okay, that one. Oh, this is tricky, just to find the stitches. Find the stitches. This one next to a brown. It is like a puzzle game. You have to do a matching shape. One more here. I think, let me have a look. I think this might be the last stitch of this color within this box. Not bad. I can probably check actually. Oh, say 3. 3 more. Oh, there are 2 more. Okay. Saga is very handy. It's telling me there are 2 more, and I found them. The bottom left here. Oh, that's right. It's got nutmeg. It's a little bit spicy as well. So caffeinated custard. It's not set yet. Oh, so it's quite thick. Wow, that's much thicker than I thought. So they're drinking custard, really. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one. Right, Grace Hoston says, Southern Comfort is whiskey, same company. That makes the eggnog. Oh, so they make ready-made eggnog. Interesting. Colleen says, Southern Comfort is an orange flavored whiskey. The brand makes holiday non-alcoholic flavor eggnogs. Orange flavors? That sounds like there's a type of liqueur, quite strong though. I don't know if it's whiskey based. It's orange flavor as well. Yes. Can't remember the name now. Good. Another color completion within this box. Very happy. Next one. How about this one then? Oh, air stitching coming up. Air stitching. Okay, 3078 has to be done, because, you know, the background is quite light. So, 3078. That's okay, I'm ready. 3078. It's a yellow color here. Has to be done. Oh, these ones are so light. Without the chart, I literally would not know these are already stitched. Right. Yeah, same here. I have not drank probably for about three years, maybe more now. Here we go. Yes, Colleen, that's the one. Grand Manure is an orange cognac. So that's whiskey as well, of high quality, often used, is golden. Margaritas, yes, that's why. I used to mix margarita at home once upon a time when I was drinking. But yes, that's why. And it's kind of a square bottle, isn't it? Quite pretty. That's the one. And quite sweet as well. Got a lot of sugar. Betty says they have eggnog with pumpkin flavor now, so just spices. I thought it's got spices anyway, so it's more spicy. So pumpkin spices, are they essentially sort of cinnamon, that type of stuff. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I literally cannot tell the difference on the fabric, which one has been stitched, which one hasn't. That's how bad this is. Because my fabric has got green color as well, so it's very tricky. Clara says, it looks like you stitch your 10 stitches in any direction. Is that correct? Yes. So I could go from bottom left to upper right or the other way around, as long as the front looks the same. So I would not do that if I was doing needlepoint. But I think with cross stitching, doesn't matter. But the other day we're talking about snaking method, created, I think, perhaps by Needle Ninja, or maybe someone else, I don't know. But that method is so you can maintain the consistency of the back. But I just think for cross stitching, it really doesn't matter. Okay, I am going to take another thread. Actually, I'll see if I can complete this area. I'm going to just leave the tail here for now. So I'm going to take another strand of 3078, because that piece was quite short. 3078. Oh, that's right, Captain Squirrel. Captain Squirrel says it's too hot to drink eggnog because it's summer in Australia right now. Yes. Maybe they can turn it into some sort of cold drink, you know, a chilled version. Clara says, okay, I'll do that next time. I do a pattern on 32. Yes, I think if you do 32, probably the default stitches would be 10. I know some people, some aliens manage full cross, but I tried it, didn't work, just too much. One, two. I'm literally trying to figure out which ones have been stitched and which ones have not. It's really hard to tell. 1, 2, stitch from here. 1, 2. That one. I just pick the corner. That's easier to bring the needle up because sometimes depends on where you're stitching. you know, certain part could be quite crowded. So I just try to pick whichever corner that's easier for me. Air stitching. I think that's all filled up. And there are 29 more of this color. I'll see where they are. Oh well. This one row here, it should be quite easy to do. Sarah says we drink our eggnog cold. Ah, interesting. I can see that working as a cold drink, because it's almost like drinking custard, isn't it? So custard, we have it cold, so should work. Or some sort of a milkshake with coffee or something. I don't know. Sounds good. Captain says milk doesn't settle in the stomach in hot weather. Really? Tammy says I'm doing full stitch and cross country. Yes. But you know, Tammy, I tried full cross on this fabric, on this project when I started, and I had a terrible time. It was too full. I wanted to do full cross as well because I want the coverage, and I did some tests and with a single color, so it kind of worked out okay. But when you're actually stitching, you know, following the pattern, it was just too much. So I had to change to tent. And I think it's working well, other than the black. Everything else seems to be okay. You know, if you look at this area, it's very, very full. Right. Very nice. This one is easy peasy. I'm just thinking whether I should take it up as well. But that way. Just air stitching, isn't it? That way. Oh, never mind. Let me end this one. Three 078. Yes, it's Grand Marnier. It's almost like syrup, isn't it? It's really, really sweet and kind of syrupy. But beautiful bottle though. Here we go. Let me pick something that's more visible. How's that? For change. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. How about, there's some blue stitches here. Might be quite nice. Here we go. Oops. We can go for this one. Right. 809. 809. 809, do I have it? A09. Yes. It's a lovely blue. So I'm working on this area a little bit. Oh, right. Control. Maybe that's the one. Yes, it's the square bottle one. Below is an orange liqueur used in margaritas. I use it. I used to be a bartender. That's why I know the liqueur. Yes, I think Control is was the one, and I probably had both before. But yes, that's the square bottle one. I know. Now it's all coming back. You can tell I haven't drunk for a little while. I've forgotten all the names. All right then. Start from here. Let me find my starting point so I don't get lost. Start from here. I'll try to do a pin, mini pin. Wait a second. I stitched 2 stitches instead of 1. Hello, Rain. How are you? Are you stitching today? What are you stitching today? This one down here. The colors are very similar to the blue. They're already there. 2. Ring says working on Animal Kingdom by Amy Stewart and just got back from picking up my race packet for Saturday race. Oh, what are you racing? Remind me. Oh dear, look at this. I've got 2 colors that has got the same symbol. It's happened again. Can you see that? Oops, that one. So I'm going to change it. Let me bring on my full view here. Can you see what's happening here? There are stitches with the M symbol, but if you look above, there are a few stitches with the same symbol as well. So times like this with Saga, I'm going to change the symbol of one of them. So they're different colors. So this one is A09 and the other one is 154, totally different. So with the 154, I'm going to give it a different symbol here. So I'm going to go into the symbol library and just pick a different one. How about that one? There you go. Better. No. All right, done. So 2 over here. Let's have a look. There. Ring says there's a 5K. Call a holiday hustle. We run in ugly Christmas sweaters and lights, Santa hats, and we get hot chocolate and gingerbread cookies at the end. It's a blast. That sounds like fun. And it's a winter, so you probably don't mind wearing sweaters, jumpers. 5K, that's lovely. Yes. So it's taking place. So it's happening this Saturday. Amazing. I'm sure you probably break the record. Hi, Wendy. Wendy says, hi all, I've been lurking today. Lots of pain. Been trying to stitch with broken finger and ribs. Yes, Wendy's got a little bit of a incident there. I hope you're a little bit better. It takes time. We'll keep you company. And I hope you're able to stitch still. Yes, I think we need to send Wendy some love, shouldn't we? Let's send Wendy some Dolly love. Flash the Dolly card. Dolly card. Dolly for Wendy. Wendy says helping out my sister cutting back her tree, even though I paid to have mine done, knowing I was able to do it. Cutting her tree, that's a big, it's not a small thing to do though. It's, yes, Dolly on the way for you, Wendy.
I hope you're, I don't know. So your fingers are hurt as well, so it might get in the way of stitching, but hopefully you can do some stitching in the meantime. Will probably help with the mood as well, isn't, you know, lift your spirit. Then I have one more stitch here. Well, literally, this is the last one within this area. That's nice to know. 1, 2, 3. Got that one done already. Oh, Wendy's doing one-handed stitching. Yes, one-handed stitching is better than nothing. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I remember during COVID, you know, when I was doing a lot of stitching, and I actually cut one of my fingers. The scar is almost gone now, so I'm really happy. It was here, and it was quite deep as well. It wasn't through sharp objects. I was doing some organization of this room, and I was just moving some sort of stackable drawers, sort of up and down a little bit, just clear things up. And yeah, for some reason, I just scraped, kind of scratched the surface, and I thought it was just a minor scratch, but it turned out it was a deep cut. So literally, it's a little bit graphic, but kind of a piece of flesh, kind of, you know, got not sliced off, but you can kind of open it a little bit. It was really bad. And the first thing in my mind was, can I still stitch after, after the injury? And it took a while. It took a while for it to heal. Now you almost can't see the scar now because it was swollen for nearly a year afterwards. But human body is amazing. It just heals, even with a large cut like that. So, Wendy, do not worry. You will, you know, give it a few weeks. You will be as good as new. 961, not this one. 809. 809 going back. 801. 809. Because for a while I thought, you know, I was going to be scarred for life. And let me see, let me turn off the auto thingy. Here we go. And I'm going to move on to another blue here. 3766. 3766. Remove the box. That one. So the colors are so similar. Can't tell the difference. Here we go. And it took me a little while before I could stitch properly, because it was the right middle finger. If it was the left one, perhaps it wouldn't be as bad. So Wendy, the moral of the story is stop helping your sister. That's the moral of the story. Get a professional to do it. I think this bit, maybe it's snow already. Maybe this is the snow outside the window. Let me have a little look here. My preview. Yes, it's my first bit of snow stitching. It's not bad actually, because the shady part of it is mostly blue. So this is the street light on the outside, the lamppost. Huh, had no idea. Top. Oh, Wendy says, that's the one I broke. That's what I told her, no more manual labor. I know. So you broke so you hurt the middle one as well. Yes, it was really bad actually. I really thought a piece of my finger was going to come off. It was that bad. It didn't hurt though. I don't know, maybe I just have very high tolerance for pain, because if you look at the injury, it was bad, but I didn't really feel too bad. But it took a while for me to stop it from bleeding, because it was just really deep cut. And it was in the middle of a lockdown as well. So it's not like you can just pop to the hospital. I suspect if I went to ER for that, they'll probably stitch me, because that was a pretty large opening. But somehow the body just finds its way to heal. So now I can't even see the scar anymore. It was really visible for quite a while. Snow stitching. So I've got a little bit of preview of the snow stitching, just a tiny bit. Rin says you can use cornstarch powder in a pinch as a coagulant to stop bleeding. Well, later on, there were people, friends, kind of suggesting that I should have used super glue, and I never thought of using super glue. for that purpose. Because I was rummaging around the house trying to find ways to kind of stop it from bleeding, but eventually stopped, but it took a while. But I was told that you should just glue it with super glue. I don't know how medically sound that was. But desperate time, desperate measure, I think. Sarah says, my husband used super glue on cuts all the time, really? So what happens when you have to peel it off? Does it not drag the skin with it as well? I never knew that until I was told. But then you probably need super glue in the house, provided you have super glue in the house. So if you have the first aid bag, you know, you need to add super glue as one of the items. Lovely. Oh, so the glue would just come off. Where off? How? It just disappears. Oh, interesting. Christy says the original purpose of the super glue was in the medical field for sealing cuts. Really? That's how we got super glue. Wow. Had no idea. So it's okay for the glue to make contact with open wound. I didn't know that because I would imagine the glue will have all sort of chemicals and God knows what. I had no idea. But that makes sense, isn't it? Because it's instant. So how come they don't use it anymore if it's so good? You know? Oh, there's one more here, hidden. Where are you? Oh yeah, there's one. That's handy. Yeah. One more stitch of this color. Sarah says it also made a glue for cuts called liquid skin. Oh, I like the name. But is that different type of super glue, or is it household super glue? And nowadays, when the doctors perform sutures, they don't always use, sometimes they don't use the needle as such. They just use kind of a stapler type of thing. Very nice. That's the top of the street light. It's covered in snow. 3766. Let me take a sip of my coffee. I'll have one cashew. Yeah. It's a cool name though, Liquid Skin. Reminds me of Apple's liquid glass, which is very annoying. All right, let's have a look. I'd like to do a few more darker colors. I think this one would be good. And only 6 stitches of this color within this box. 310, my goodness. Yes, it's 310 coming up. Okay, from here, only 6 stitches. Right, Callan. I presume liquid skin is probably designed to work in a sort of medical situation, but a household super glue. I wonder if it just worry about the chemicals because it's very smelly, isn't it? You kind of wonder what that is, what's in there. But I was so surprised that everybody knew about super glue when I was talking about, you know, my injury. And they go, well, just grab the super glue and do it. I had no idea. All right. 2. Wendy, Wendy says we should be all qualified to do our sutures for our cuts. Nice cross stitch with DMC. Maybe some 310, you know. That is true. We're expert in stitching. Can you imagine just do full cross? Or maybe some might prefer, you know, some might do 10 stitches. Who knows? Maybe a loop finish. Pin stitch finish. Ouch. Callan says if you are home, you can disinfect before applying the glue, at least. Yes, I know. But I think it's probably better than just keep bleeding, right? If you're desperate, that's probably a hack. Three, two more. Those ones are done as well. Lovely. A little bit of 310. The last bit of the 310 within this box. Sarah says, when I had the metal plates put in my arm, I had 85 staples. Wow. What happened to your arm? My goodness. No wonder you're stitching so fast, because now the arm is robotic. It's a Neuralink arm, robot arm. That's why Sarah can stitch with no grid. Yes. Sarah is no gridding stitcher. Very scary. And Sarah says they really hurt when they pull them out. Yeah, I can imagine that. 85 staples. So because sometimes they would do sutures that I don't know how they do it. Maybe because there are some sutures that the threads actually just kind of merge into the skin. You don't have to pull it out. But I suppose metal ones you probably have to. You can't just leave them there. You're going to have trouble getting through airport, you know. I'm having some almonds. All right, let's have a look. So there's a little bit to go around here. I like to do a little bit more. Where is it? Okay, then I'm going to fill the gap around here. 315, 315. Here we go. It's a little pin I did. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Let me mark them as I go. 1, 2. Three more. Oh, so I've got 52 stitches of this one still. Where are they? Saga is so handy, isn't it? Right. So, oh, on the left. Okay. I am going to end the thread here and take the thread over to the other side. And it's filling up really nicely. Still a little bit of gap here. I need to fill in. Right. Let me have a look. I've done these ones. Yes. So 1, 2. Yeah. It's just amazing to hear about some of you have sort of major surgeries or procedures done. I mean, I'm quite lucky, knock on wood. Never had to stay at a hospital. Oh, once, yes. It was just before COVID, I think. I went to a ballet class in a studio in London. And you know what? We weren't wearing point shoes or anything like that. But the shoes, the ballet pumps I was wearing, they were brand new. So I got them new. I thought I was just try out a new pair. But they weren't fitted very well to my feet. So I kind of struggled a little bit throughout anyway during the class. And then when we had to jump, I've done the jumps. It was not a problem. But when I landed with one of the jumps, I think I landed my right foot the wrong way. So one of my, I'm trying to see, it's the fourth toe, the one before the little one. It kind of bent. Sorry, guys. It's a little bit graphic again. We're talking about injuries, okay? But at least I don't have 87, 85 plates in my foot. But that toe kind of pointed the wrong way after the jump. And I kind of noticed it didn't hurt at all. It's so weird. I noticed there's something weird going on with my toes, but I didn't notice. I didn't really have a look after till the class was finished. So I went, I got through the class and took my shoes off and had a look, and that fourth toe was pointing up instead of being flat. So I didn't know what to do. I never come across anything like that, and I just went to the ballet teacher. I show the poor woman my toe, and she panicked because she thought maybe I was going to sue her or something. And I just said, well, what shall I do with this? And they asked me if it hurt. I said, no, not really. It's a little bit sore, and but I couldn't feel anything. But the toe was clearly pointing the wrong way. And so I think it was a Sunday, so a lot of sort of hospitals and clinics, they were closed. And so they told me to go to ER instead. So I did. And because my situation, I was still fine, it wasn't sort of a critical situation. So I had to wait. I sat there for about maybe 5 hours. 5 hours sitting there waiting to be seen by a doctor in an emergency. And so I waited and waited, and finally it was my turn. And by then, it was a little bit swollen, but still, it just didn't hurt. So I went in with I looked quite embarrassed, and the doctor was asking me how I got the toe to look like that. And I said, well, a little bit of ballet class, but this is what ballet does to you. And he definitely has seen it before. He said, this is not fracture, because they actually took a X-ray to check if it's fracture. It turned out, luckily, it was just dislocated. One of the toes, the fourth toe, was dislocated. So it took the doctor literally 30 seconds to fix it. He just did maybe something like a yoga move with his hands, and just snap it back, and it didn't hurt either. The whole process, it didn't hurt. It didn't start hurting until the day after, when it started to heal. But literally, it just took the doctor 30 seconds. Just put it back on. And he was laughing as well, because I was just like, I was so bemused. Didn't know what to think. And I was a little bit worried that the fact that it didn't hurt. I was thinking maybe something is going on there, because it's supposed to be hurting. So, but it did eventually start hurting the day after. And I couldn't do ballet for a little bit. But there you go. But other than that, to be honest, I don't really have a lot of experience with hospitals, luckily. See you later, Captain. I've got 27 stitches of this one. Two. This is looking good. But also with this color, I can see the slashes a little bit more. I think paler colors seem to kind of blend in a little bit more. I don't know what that is. Hopefully it's gonna just sort itself out. Clara says, I think it's because some colors are thicker, fluffier than others. It just seems the lighter colors fare better with 10 stitches. Or visually, because, you know, they're lighter in colors. So they kind of just merge into one another, whereas darker ones, they have more definition. All right, 13 more. I might try to find them and finish this color as well. It just feels a little bit more complete. Night night, everyone. Not everyone, but those are going to bed. Here we go. So 3 more stitches on left side of the panda. Because some areas, boxed in areas in particular, it feels so snugly. You almost feel like you can get away with without any starting or ending methods. Very tempting to just stitch and go. These 2. Oh, Callum. Yes, I thought everybody's saying night-night to you. No. No, Callum is still going. Yes, it's confusing, isn't it? Because when people go 99, you don't know whether they're the ones going to bed or the ones saying night-night to others. Alicia says, hello. Got my threads for the Hey Sao today. I'll be loading my Paco with them while I'm watching. Oh, Paco. Alicia, guess. How many Paco organizers has Yogi got? Take a guess.
Alicia says 10. And the correct answer is, I'm trying to think, 12. I've got 12 of them. So at one point, it was my organizer, it was the organizer of my choice. But then as the number grew, I realized that it wasn't sustainable. I was creating one set of threads for each project. And that was before I did the master set, because I just realized it was getting out of control. It's looking really nice. Still a little bit of air stitching that I have to do at the back, but otherwise I think it's coming along really well. Very, very happy. I think it's quite well charted. I've never bought chart from Artecy, but I'm happy with it. Right, a few more scattered around, so I'm going to leave them for now. Alicia says, I normally stitch out of a master set, but I thought I'll try kitting everything for this project only. Yeah, definitely. And particularly if you, so for instance, even with DMC or CXC, sometimes you stitch a single strand, sometimes you stitch double strand. So for my needle board, I only dock my needles with single strand, and with my organizers with threads on, I dock my needles for double strands like this. Whoops, let me zoom out a little bit more. So on my needle balls, all my needles are threaded with single strand, but the double strand ones, I dot them here. So maybe you can have a set just for a project, perhaps is using something that's a little bit different, maybe different type of threads or different thread numbers. But if you want some spare ones, Alicia, I've got you. I've got 12 of them sitting around. Here we go. There are actually not that many dark colors. Oh, there's some more here. There's some more here. There's some more. I would like to do those first. And this one is 154. 154. That's a nice color. Lovely. So most of the stitches will be running along this side.
So this one is over there. So hopefully this color isn't too bad to stitch. It's literally just running down this panel here. And there's one project that I kind of haven't worked on for a little while because I lost all my progress of that piece. It's the Vintage Baker. I don't know whether you remember. The last time I worked on it, it was probably the summertime or something like that. And I have not able to go back and work on that piece because for whatever reason I decided to delete it from my saga, and I hadn't noticed until I tried to work on it a few weeks back. I noticed the file was not on the app anymore, and I realized I deleted it by accident. And I looked through my backups and I wasn't able to bring it back. And that piece is quite tricky because that piece I pretty much stitch cross country. So it's a bit of a nightmare to try to bring all the stitches up to date. But I'm really keen to go back to that piece as well. I just have not able to update the stitches. So there you go. It could happen. I don't know what happened. I wouldn't just delete files. I don't know whether you get a warning before you delete any files on Saga, but I don't remember getting any kind of warning. So it was gone. Through here. This is relaxing. Literally, I'm just stitching, filling in all the stitches within this panel. Oh dear. Okay, so we are 6 minutes to midnight. It's just gone so fast. No idea. Last time when I checked the clock, we were having snacks. It was 10 o'clock and now is nearly midnight. Where has time gone? Right. So, guys, I've got a few more stitches to go. If you look at my chart, there are a few more at the bottom, and I'll try to get to the bottom on the left side there. And so this is going to be the last color of my stitching today, and it's for you to come up with the stitch numbers, okay? And If any one of you watching, you're new to the channel, come to play the game with us. So all you have to do is to come forward and offer a number. And a number is basically the number of stitches I've done today. Okay? And you might be going, I have no idea. Very good. Me either. So come join me. And let's see who's going to win this Christmas festive stitching night. So let me have a look. Let me double check what I'm doing here. So my plan is to keep going until I get to the bottom. Hello, Bianca. This is quite relaxing. See, with the brown you can see the slashes really clearly as well. So stitches wise, I don't think I'm going to do too badly today because I find it's actually, I wouldn't say fast, but faster when it feels faster when I stitch this piece. And not just the fact it's 10 stitches, maybe something about single strand 10 stitches. It's a bit lighter to stitch. Jersey Go says, Yogi, you stitched the 154 in a different symbol along the side in the up arrow. Which ones? 154, the one I'm stitching. Oh, I see. Yes, I may have fudged one or two stitches, Jersey Go. Nothing escapes the chat. Yes, I have fudged a couple of stitches. I was hoping no one would notice because I think the triangle symbol, there was one stitch missing, but it's kind of similar color. It's kind of brown. This one is more burgundy, but 2 points to you. Jersey Go. So I'm gonna keep going till I reach the bottom, which is not that far away, and so you can start to contemplate on today's number. Okay, today is going to be all over the place. It's going to be a wild guess situation, unless you've been counting every single stitch the Yogi's been making. Who knows? Maybe there's some aliens in the chat. We know they are around. They're everywhere. Are people stitching with no gridding? Or are people stitching 2,050 stitches a day? Oh. And there's Nikki as well, stitching one leg at a time, color completion of the whole piece, and then the other way back. You know, who does that? That's our Nikki. All right, let me mark these ones. Every stitch counts. And I've got about 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches to go. Okay, guys, 6 stitches actually. And I am going to bring on our Guess My Stitches machine. Yes, we need the machine to capture all your numbers, okay? And lurkers, it's your time to shine, okay? Come forward. It may be your victory tonight. And if you win, you get to celebrate with me, okay? To share my victory, I win every night. It's part of the rule. Yogi wins every night. Final 2 stitches, guys, okay? One more. And you get to enjoy the buffet as well. Who wouldn't want our buffet, our emoji buffet, only on Yogi Stream? Here we go. That's looking really nice. Look at that. 154. Here we go. And as you're coming forward with your number, with your wild guesses, I'm going to give you a little bit of a recap. I'm really happy with today's progress, actually, because I managed to fill in the panels, which gives the whole thing a lot more structure. And also, I did a little bit of snow stitching here as well. And now, also, the panda is no longer floating. It's got proper floor that it's sitting on. Maybe it's a girl. Maybe it's a panda girl. Okay. And the remaining work, I think the challenges will be the background, a lot of air stitching. Okay. That has to be done. And also the confetti that's remain for the Christmas tree as well. But so far, it hasn't been too bad. I actually find the air stitching a little bit more challenging than the tree, because the tree, I'm doing kind of cross country, you know, just go around and fill in all the stitches of the same color. So it's not too bad so far, but I think it's going to be a little bit more challenging once I have to go back and find the ninja stitches everywhere in here. I can imagine there'll be quite a few of them. But the remaining area, I like to kind of fill them in one color at a time if I can. So today, mostly color completion. So really, really happy. Maybe, just maybe, I'm able to finish this panel before Christmas. Oh, wouldn't that be good? That would be completion, wouldn't it? So here we go. Let's have a look at your submission tonight. Oh, everybody wants to win. Totally understand. Let's have a look. So from the top, so until I reveal the number, you can still come forward, okay? And a lot of times we have last minute submission. They all count. So come forward. And from the top, we have Betty, 323, Kimberly, 310, and Callan, 327. Everybody is around 300. And Chloe, 301. Josie Girl, 290. And probably minus 1 stitch of the wrong color, right? Josie Girl. And Clara, 423. Oh, you may be my favorite tonight. And Ring, 273. Henny, 299. And Diana, 340. And Grace Houston, 265. And who's next? Christy, 234. And Love Drunk, 360. Rochelle, 273. And Candice, 320. And Betty Hankins, sometimes I have to convert the name looking at the handle. Memory test, 301. And plus 49. Why is that? Where's the 49 coming from? Bonus stitches from Betty. And Monique, 260. And Michelle Fuller, 353. Guys, this is a festive stitching night, and we're gonna have a festive winner tonight. Okay, here we go. Are you ready to be confronted by my app. Here we go. So this is where I am. Let me release the box here and zoom out. So this is where I am on the piece, and let me turn on the markup for you so you know exactly where I am on the panda window. All right. So here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to count to 3, 2. Who is going to be our winner tonight? Hit the like button. Thank you, Rochelle. Yes, you guys are so much better than me as a YouTuber. Thank you. If you like it, hit a thumbs up once. And if you don't like it, thumbs down twice. Okay? Follow the rules. Here we go. 1. Boom. 3, 2, 6. Guys, not bad. Any stitch count that's over 250. It's a very good day for me. So here we go. 3, 2, 6. Already, I can see 320 from Candace. Anyone closer? Let me switch back to this view. So 326. Anyone closer to 326? Let's have a look. 327. Yes, Callan's a little bit closer. And yes, Callan is our winner tonight. Thank you. Yes, it's different ways of calling Callan. Yes, 327. So Callan, I think you've won before. You're winning again. Well done. So congratulations to Callan. Round of applause there, and bring on, Callan, by now, you get the respect from everyone. Okay, this is how it works. And round of applause and crowns and dollies for victory as well. And of course, the buffet is coming up. Callan, you're in for a treat. Okay, enjoy the feast with Yogi, and maybe we'll share a little bit with the chat as well, maybe just a little bit, maybe a banana, but the rest of them mostly for me, but you can have a little bit more. Okay, I'll give you some, and let's have a look, some French fries, for instance, and maybe the raw meat as well. Anyone has got a stove that we can cook the meat. And I'll look at the feast every night here, and Rochelle is very happy. Yes, I love those emojis. And yes, Grace is bringing delicious buffet for us to enjoy. I bring nothing, okay? I just sit here and stitch very slowly and enjoy the buffet with you. Well done, everyone. So now is 8 minutes past midnight. I'm turning into pumpkin. And from the sleepy London town, Yogi is signing out. And tomorrow, Thursday, we're coming back to do it again. Every day is a new day. And hopefully, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, and maybe good night as well. Night, everyone. Nighty night. Love you all. Bye-bye.